Coming up on Cptv, school shootings and violence are a cause of concern for many students. A number of informational fairs will take place at CPHS over the next few weeks, and the CP Hockey Club faces off against their rival, Lake Central, for the Roper Cup. Cptv is up next.
Last Friday, the CP football team got another good morning. This weekend, CPTV.
Welcome to CPTV.
Hi, I'm Kirsten Robinson.
And I'm Zach Jones.
Welcome to CPTV. Lexi Simos will have your 5-day weather forecast, and Ellie Lockhart will bring us CP sports highlights.
Here's what's happening at Crown Point High School.
With St. Patrick's Day coming up fast next month, Interact will be selling shamrock rubber bracelets from March 13th to the 16th for $1 each during all lunches. Proceeds will go to Dolly Parton's Imagination Library and benefit children literacy programs.
So basically, Interact is an organization that helps people locally and globally around the world, whether it's raising money or going to organizations. We just try our best to help out.
Right now we're raising money for Imagination Library to help donate books to children. I think it's really important for children to have this opportunity because it'll help them learn more from it, and some kids don't always have the resources to have books on their own.
Schools around the nation are required to take life skills courses to graduate. Should CPHS make them a requirement? Here's CPTV's Ashley Reed with Let's Be Honest.
According to an article from the Huffington Post, over 52% of teens don't know the basic life skills that will be active in our everyday lives after high school. We learn the basic subjects such as math and science, but a lot of us wonder how this is going to help us in our future. We have classes such as auto shop and nutrition, but should these classes be a requirement?
So I think we should be allowed to or should have to take life skill classes because it will truly help with our development after high school, since most of our classes just teach us how to manage with stress and other things like that. But we don't have actual life skills like cooking, cleaning, how to work on our own cars, how to do different things like that. So that's why we need life skill classes to have a base understanding of how life will be after high school.
I think we need more lifestyle classes like auto so that you know what to do in case you break down, and so you have plans and you're able to do things by yourself after you get out of high school.
I absolutely think kids should be required to take at least one life skills class. There's so many issues that are going on in students' lives today that IPR class is a great class for life skills course. Mrs. Bonner teaches it. They touch on things like family dynamics and peer pressure and drugs and STDs. It's things that you might not talk about on a daily basis that are excellent, especially for incoming freshmen. Another life skills class would be culinary class. A lot of kids, their parents work full-time and they have no idea how to make a simple meal, and it just helps them create some better culinary skills, basic culinary skills that they can practice at home.
Whether you believe it should or should not be a requirement, it's your choice and your schedule. For CPTV, I'm Ashley Reed.
The Thirst Project is a student initiative to bring clean drinking water to the world's most underdeveloped areas. Their current goal is to eradicate the water crisis in Swaziland by 2022. The CPHS Key Club is working to aid the Thirst Project by sponsoring an after-school presentation this Friday. If you're interested in participating, please attend. The 9th Annual Crown Point Community Foundation Volunteer Fair and Blood Drive will be held this Saturday in the CPHS cafeteria. The event will take place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and it's the perfect opportunity to match volunteers with nonprofits throughout the area. Attendees will have the chance to learn about and meet and talk with dozens of organizations in one convenient location.
Here at Crown Point High School, we're going to be having our volunteer fair on March 3rd in the cafeteria from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. A lot of the kids in the Pulse Club have been doing a lot of work to get this fair together, and we're really excited for this great event. It's for finding volunteer opportunities in the community, and we're really excited for everyone to get involved and be excited for this event just like we are. So come out and have fun from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and just really get to be involved in the Northwest Indiana area with the rest of us.
The annual blood drive is March 3rd, 10 to 2, and students should participate because they could use our blood way more than we need to use ours.
Admission to the fair is free. The CPHS Biomed program will be hosting the Better Health Fair and Heart Walk Thursday, March 8th in the CPHS cafeteria from 5 to 7:30. Buffalo Wild Wings, Chick-fil-A, Family Express, and Culver's will all be at the fair giving away free samples, coupons for free items, and selling their products. Indiana University Northwest, Ivy Tech, and Purdue University Northwest will also be on site promoting their health-related programs. The fair will also include activity stations, raffles, games, and more. 2 weeks ago, 17 students were unfortunate victims of a school shooting in Parkland, Florida. Since, there have been numerous threats against schools across the nation, making parents, students, and administrators alike question, is school a safe environment, and what can schools do to ensure student safety? Here's CPTV's Peyton Belcher with students' thoughts.
An epidemic of violence has swept the nation recently, and its target, schools. Since the February 14th school massacre in Parkland, Florida, police have recorded over 50 threats per day against American public schools. Our own Crown Point High School fell victim to a threat on February 20th. All of this has left students across the nation wondering, are we really safe?
I mean, it's really kind of nerve-wracking, to be honest.
I think one thing to make the school safer would be to put more police officers around the building.
I think a good thing to do for our school to be a safer place is to have like a safety course for teachers to go through so they can carry firearms in their class.
Regardless of student opinion, CPHS administration is active in trying to make our school a safer place.
In terms of Crown Point being equipped, I think we do a great job of going through our drills and having our teachers, going through conversations with our students. I don't think there's ever a way to be truly prepared until the moment, but I think we do the best that we can in covering all of our bases.
I just rely on the people who have a specialty in that field to help me try to make smart decisions if something would happen. So just as we continue our training and, reporting things if we see something, say something, using the hotline and whatnot, and just being vigilant, not only as teachers but as a school community.
For CPTV, I'm Peyton Belcher.
There's been a lot of rain lately, but is it safe to say snow isn't something we have to worry about for the rest of this week?
When we return, Lexi Simos will bring us our 5-day weather forecast.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you! She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
Yesterday's temps near 60 degrees have us thinking spring, but we have to remember it's just the beginning of March. Let's take a look at what you can expect for today. By noon, we'll have reached today's high somewhere around 52 degrees with cloudy skies. We'll most likely see some rain today, and the temps will slowly begin to drop. By 6 p.m., temps will drop back into the low 40s. For your 5-day forecast, the rain we'll experience today will carry into tomorrow with a high of 49 and a low of 32. There's a good chance we'll see some flurries mix into tomorrow night as temperatures start to drop. For Friday, the precipitation will push out, leaving partly sunny skies with a high of 42 and a low of 27. As we head into the weekend, Saturday will look very similar to Friday with a high of 44 degrees and even more sun. On Sunday, skies will remain clear with the high somewhere around 47 degrees. Heading back to school on Monday, you can expect highs in the mid-50s with more sunny skies, which is not too bad for early March. That's your 5-day forecast. Have a great week.
Tonight, the boys basketball team has their first round of sectionals, but before they compete, we had their trainers pick out some gross food combinations for the team to try.
Home style dill relish. Okay, some mint Oreos. And now we're going back to get some pickle juice. Dunk it in there, it'll be good. We need Hershey's. We are the dogs, so it fits, Dog biscuits. Yum. Pork hocks. That's gonna be yummy. Peanut butter. I'm good, how are you? That's awkward. Okay. A little bit of relish on this chocolate. Perfect. The dogs are getting dog treats with peanut butter on top. Their favorite flavor, for the most part, is blue. So they're getting Hershey chocolate in the blue, Hershey bar with relish on top, and then the best, pork feet.
How's the hair look? Does it look good? Tyler, how do I look?
Drink 3, 2, 1. I taste chocolate, obviously, orange
a little
juice.
Spicy.
It's chocolate and orange juice.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Chocolate.
Yeah, I taste some chocolate.
Orange juice. Chocolate and orange juice.
No, apple juice.
Orange juice.
I don't taste any orange juice in there. Chocolate and orange juice we're gonna go with?
Yeah, something like that. Chocolate and orange juice.
Chocolate and orange juice.
It was blue Gatorade with chocolate syrup.
Blue Gatorade. Blue Gatorade. Yeah, Jacob's Blue Gatorade.
Tummy's getting a little worked up.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh my god.
Oh, it's so sticky. I try eating a spoon.
What is that?
Is that peanut butter?
Okay, it's peanut butter.
Peanut butter and
I'm going almond.
and a big nut. Actually.
No.
What's the second thing though?
I can't, there's so much.
I'm gonna put it on the opposite side of my mouth, see if I can taste it. Is that dog food? Dog biscuit and peanut butter.
Yeah, it's a dog treat with peanut butter.
Dog food, bro. High five.
I kind of like that.
High five.
Peanut butter and a dog biscuit.
Oh,
what the?
You can thank Taylor McEwen for that.
That's disgusting, actually.
Chris, you can probably want to get the water in front of.
Who bit my cup?
You.
Oh yeah. Eat it in 3, 2, 1. That's easy. Chocolate bar and pickle.
Ah.
Doesn't taste that bad.
That's absolutely disgusting.
I like it.
Oh,
What's not to like about it?
Somebody take that away from me.
Pickle,
I need my
good.
Water.
Chocolate, good.
Oh.
You
Ooh.
Oh,
I smell the pickle.
Heck
I smell the
Wait,
pickle.
I think mine fell off.
I hate pickles. I can't do that one.
It's a pickle.
What else? Pickle with what?
A Hershey bar with
That's what I thought. That's what it felt like.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
Ew,
that is
what?
disgusting. That's bad.
The CP Hockey Club faced LC for the Roper Cup Saturday night. Ellie Lockhart has the details from the game in CP Sports right after this break.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
The boys basketball team traveled to Lowell High School on Friday night to face the Devils in their last regular season game. Freshman Ty Smith started in place of junior guard Sam Snodgrass after Snodgrass injured himself during pregame warm-ups. The Dogs started out the first half strong, going into the half with a 29-14 lead. At one point early in the second quarter, CP led Lowell 26-4, but the Devils picked it up in the second half, scoring 17 points in the third, 12 in the fourth to eventually take the lead. But the Dogs made some clutch free throws towards the end of the game to pull out the 49-43 win. Senior Ilya Gerodimos led CP scorers with 13 points. The Dogs finished the regular season 11-12, now faces Lake Central tonight for the first round of sectionals. The game tips off at 6 o'clock at LC. The Crown Point Hockey Club traveled to the Midwest Ice Rink Saturday night to face off against rival Lake Central in front of a full house for the Roper Cup. Crown Point's Brendan Hegedus and Paul Crook combined to get the first goal of the game early in the second period, putting the Dogs at a 1-0 advantage. LC then scored back-to-back goals to take a 2-1 lead, but CP scored again towards the end of regulation to tie it up and send the game into OT.
A costly penalty by CP in overtime gave LC a man advantage, and the Indians were able to get a goal in the power play to win it 3-2 in overtime. CP had 2 swimmers and a diver at this year's IHSAA state finals in Indianapolis. Evan Holland swam the 200 freestyle and the 500 freestyle in prelims, while Christian Microwitz swam the 100 butterfly. Both swimmers qualified for finals and competed the next day. Micro held his spot and placed 11th in the 100 butterfly with the personal best of 50.47 seconds. And Holland improved his placing and finished 11th in the 500 freestyle with a new season best of 4 minutes and 39.97 seconds. Milton Roberts placed 28th among all divers. The gymnastics team traveled to Valparaiso High School for the sectional tournament. The team placed 4th overall and scored a team high of 110.1 points. Sophomore Lenny Kosturis had an overall score of 35.675, and sophomore Paige Hine finished with an overall score of 36.15, leading the team in scoring. And lastly, much discussion has taken place regarding the NFL, CTE, and concussion protocol. However, focus is starting to shift more so to youth football and the possible start of CTE in these young athletes, resulting in many football youth organizations banning tackling until the age of 12. Cptv's Andrew Mild recently had the opportunity to sit down and speak with a number of players and journalists who have been around the game for years.
In 2015, Will Smith starred in the movie Concussion, playing Dr. Ben Omalu, the famous pathologist who found the degenerative brain disease CTE in former Steelers center Mike Webster. But unusually the topic on CTE is brought up, we usually bring up players like Dave Dearson, Junior Seau, and Aaron Hernandez. All but once former high school football players that started to develop the disease that eventually take their life.
A human being will get concussed at 60 Gs. A common head-to-head contact on a football field, 100 Gs.
Crown Point athletic trainer Trent Trump deals with every concussion suffered by a CP athlete. He also gives an impact test to the kids recovering from concussions.
I think that kids are, at the high school level, kind of emulate what the college players do, and what college players do, they emulate what the professionals do.
David Hall played football at North Justin High School and at Ball State University. And after his playing days, he covered the Notre Dame football team and now covers the Chicago Bears for the Chicago Tribune.
My favorite player growing up was Gary Fensick for the Bears. I was a defensive back who thought that he was, tackled in the way that people tackled in those days. You lead with your head, and you had to if you were a physical player.
This is John Yurkovich, former defensive lineman for the Packers, Jaguars, and Browns. We sat with Yurkovich about the controversy on football and head injuries.
If you had a soft melon, which is if you were susceptible to concussions and you'd get headaches and you couldn't play, you'd be light sensitive or something like that, you were out of the league. And you knew it. You've seen it happen to a guy, and then the next thing you know, that guy can't play anymore. And that's it, and he's done.
Crown Point current athletic director Bill DeRula played linebacker for Andrean High School and then went to Franklin College to continue his football career.
No matter what you put on someone's head, it's not going to protect them from a concussion.
David Warney played wide receiver for the Bulldogs and graduated with the class of '96, while being an all-state wide receiver and was the 1995 Crown Point MVP. Warney now owns one of Crown Point's favorite restaurants, Station 21, and is the Crown Point School Board president.
They're natural weapons to football players. We've all heard, football players treat the helmets, when they put them on their head, as if it's a weapon and they can attack with it and lead with their head. And so, yes, making them safer is a good thing, but it just continues to add that security to use my head as a weapon. We see it all the time.
Football helmets are awesome, and ultimately a lot of people think that there's a concussion-proof helmet and stuff like that. That's not the case. Football helmets are designed for one thing, and that is to prevent skull fractures. And in all of the years I've been here, we have never had a skull fracture. We've had multiple concussions, but we've never had a skull fracture.
Anybody that played football over the course of time, whenever you had your first, any type of trauma with your helmet-to-helmet contact theoretically is a concussive force on your head. So if over the course of time, say it's a degenerative disease, and over the course of time, every time you hit, say you've got 50,000 hits in your brain. Well, the first day you take your first hit is the start of the process.
Zach Easter, a former high school football player, shot and killed himself at the age of 24. Later on, he was diagnosed with a severe case of CTE.
You're like, well, there goes another one. there goes another one. And, you know, how does it stop? When does it stop? Why does it stop? I don't know if it ever does. You know, who's responsible? You know, is an individual responsible for his own health and for his own well-being? Or does he put his health and well-being in the hands of medical professionals and or, you know, organizations that in theory are supposed to protect them? Or is the only person that can protect you yourself?
Sports are dangerous. It needs to be. We can't ignore how players are bigger, faster, stronger. People have to relearn how to tackle. They're gonna have to relearn what to reward in terms of the oohs and the ahs. You know, you're not gonna get every big hit. You're gonna have to learn to stop complaining about roughing the passer penalties. That's protecting the quarterback. You've got to protect players. It's gradual. It will evolve. The game will change, but football is still worth saving.
The CPHS Theater Department is getting ready for this year's spring musical, The Little Mermaid, a love story following a mermaid and soon-to-be prince searching for her voice. The show opens March 9th and runs through March 17th. Tickets are on sale now, so be sure to get yours at cphstheater.com.
Lastly, Cptv Media has revamped its website. The new site has a much more user-friendly platform where you can view all of our past episodes and let us know if there's a story or event you would like us to cover. Check it out at cptvmedia.com.
We've also created a number of social media accounts to keep you updated on sports, news stories, and any projects CPTV is currently working on. You can follow us on Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook at CPTV News.
You can also follow us on Twitter at CPTV Media.
That'll do it for today's show. For Lexi Simos, Ellie Lockhart, and all of us here at CPTV, I'm Kirsten Robinson.
And I'm Zach Jones.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.